doing, and we're doing 8x8 incompleteness. Yep, alright. So we got some zeros. Okay, a 4 and a 1. What does this mean? Okay, first of all, no, it doesn't mean that. Oh, jeez, this is rough. Okay, Well, if there are any mines here, then they would have to not count for the 0, which means they would have to count for the 1, which means it would eliminate all this, which would make the 4 impossible. So these two are safe, and that's that. Okay. I wonder what it's saying has to count, though. And why there could only be 1. I don't know. Okay. So, if this is a mine, it would count for one of the zeros, because it can't not count for both. So, okay. If this is a mine, then it has to count for one of the ones, which means at least both of these would be going, but then there could be 4 among those, which is fine, I guess. But what about this? If this is a mine, then one of two things will happen. Oh wait, no, that's actually completely fine. Hold on. I think maybe this is what I need to look for. Okay. So in a case like this, these 3 need to all be mines, and they all need to count, for sure. Then this 1 has to have another mine in here that either doesn't count for the 1, or that one down there doesn't count for the 1. One of the two. Now, that means one of those 3 has to be the one that doesn't count, which means that is safe. Furthermore, if this would have to be safe as well, because yeah, if it is a mine, this would have to not count for the 0, but then the 1 both would count, which is not allowed. Okay. Now, if this is a mine, then you would need below to not count. Yeah, which is fine. If this is a mine, above would need to count, and since top left counts, that means bottom right would not count. Okay. And I think the same thing with this. You would need that bottom right does not count. Here, you would need that below does not count. Yeah. So one of these 2 has to not count, which means all of these at least count. Okay. And if that is so, well, first of all, it does this, doesn't it? But I think that's all I can conclude from that, and that, strange. Okay, I don't think I can really conclude anything off of this though, which means my cases fall apart. guess that means I'm just trying random stuff. Like, what happens if this is a 9, right? So then it's left that has to not count. Because of the 0. Oh. And if left doesn't count, I mean, okay, yes, everything else has to count, obviously. But then this 1 has something that does count, and so then this 4 is just out of luck, so it's that. Does the same reasoning apply here? Okay, this is interesting. This 3 together with this 0 and this 1 over here means that, like, a lot of things have to happen. Okay. So first of all, if every one of these squares counts, then this 3 just cannot be dealt with. And so one of them has to not count, which means these 3 do count. Alright. And if that counts, then that's safe. And furthermore, so is that. Okay. Now, let's say that directly to the right does not count. Then, this 3 needs a mine here. It also needs a mine here. And then one of these two has to be a mine. And this must not be because of the 0. And the only reason I was able to put this there, because this doesn't count for the 0, but it does count for the 3. Wait, no, that's specifically not a mine. And in that case, these would all have to be mines from the 4. This one would then kill this square, thereby forcing that to get mine. And that is the situation we get. Okay, so that is allowed to happen. Now, I think I can perceive that if I tried to do the same, but with the bottom right not counting, then I would be... Oh, hold on. No, it's still possible, isn't it? Yeah. So if I try to do this, right, so what would happen is this 0, this square wouldn't count, so you'd have to put a mine there for the 3. But this doesn't count for the 3, and that means both of these would have to be mines. But because this doesn't count for the 1, that's actually okay. And so this happens, this doesn't count for that one, so this has to be here, and then these all have to be mines as well. Okay. So I guess I'll just start erasing stuff that isn't necessary. Alright. So let's assume like directly below does not count, let's say. Then this 4 is going to be like, okay, well, I need all of these to be mines. Now this 1 is like, well, that doesn't count for me, so I could be either 1, but this counts for this 1, so these are both gone. Ooh. And then this 3 is just done for, because these both count for the 0, so those are out too. So yeah, that counts. Alright. Do we get a similar situation? With, I don't know, let's say that doesn't count. Wait, didn't I just do that? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, never mind. So what about this one? Oh, if top right doesn't count, the 0 kills this, and also, yeah, okay, so that also is forced. Okay, so maybe if this ends up being a contradiction, then we can get something. Okay. Okay, bottom left doesn't count, so 4 forces this to happen, right? This doesn't count for the 1. Wait, but these are both gone, and then this needs all 3, but this already doesn't... Yeah, okay, so that also is forced. And that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and... Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay. That's also 0, that's 2 now. have nice cases set up here for this, right? Hey, if that doesn't count, then this does. And if that doesn't count, then both of these are mines. Okay. Furthermore, if this doesn't count, then that is the one that has to be mine. This also, and like that, right? Okay. That is what I get. Yeah. Oh, but then this one, that's a contradiction. Okay, so, okay. That means that, it also means, let's see, this one, okay, yeah, so then, yes. Oh, this 0 already killed that regardless, so then, okay. Alright, this already has one, yeah, okay. Oh, this 3, yeah, alright. This one, okay. Then, okay, sure. I guess it's happening now. Okay. This, alright, yep, okay. Whoa, that took 11 minutes. That's crazy. Alright. But I guess I did need to go through a lot of cases. Alright, so this 5 looks like a nice case study to look at. Because it has 6 spaces, so if any one of them does not count, then that results in all the rest having to be mines. But then, oh, but that doesn't count for the 1, so actually that's a possible thing. But if I pick something like this to not count, then the 1 would need both of those to be mines, and they would count, and it would be dead. And same with that one, so counts. Oh, this 4 also has only... So if this doesn't count, for instance, these would be mines, which would put 3 on the 2. So also this always has to count. I know, well... What if top doesn't count? If top... Oh, top does count. Okay. If right doesn't count, then all these gotta be mines. This... Wait, right doesn't count. Yeah, okay, so these 2 are safe. How about bottom? If bottom doesn't count, then... No, okay. This 2 might also be suspicious. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this 4 also has a situation like that. So if right doesn't count... No, that's fine. But if... No, okay. Okay, so... No, that's actually... Well, wait, what if right doesn't count? If this 4, that means these would all have to be mines. But right doesn't count, so that's okay for this one. But that would eliminate this, but this already covers that, so that's fine, actually. And then... This 3 would have 2 on it. Oh, right doesn't count also means that this 4 has to be like this. And now this 2 has 2 of everything. Or 2 spots, yeah, whatever, okay. And at the same time, this over here at the 5 would be like this. And then the 1 have its mine, and that would happen. This 2 would be complete. And the right doesn't count, so this 2 is now done for. Wait a minute, the 2 is not complete. Because this right doesn't actually count for it, which means actually this is a mine, then one of those 3 is a mine. So these are out. And no contradictions in this at all, actually. this. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Oh, there's a 14th one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we shall see. Let's say bottom does not count. Then these are all mines for 1. This doesn't count for that, so these are gone as well. This doesn't count, so you need all of these to be mines. Now this counts for this one, so these are both gone. This one is now dead, so you count. Next. Let's try left side, does not count. Then we get this happening. This 4 is also procced by that. We get this. This 4 also gets hit by that. Doing this. This counts for this 1, so these are out. This 2 has 3 that count, so it's actually over. So there's that. Okay. Let's say all of my things that have 1 less mine than the spaces around them all have squares that are top right and bottom left already safe, which means those won't give me any information regarding those, which is interesting. But I guess I can still conclude things. Like, let's say this doesn't count, right? Actually, it'd be better to assume that this does count. Because then what I would get is that, oh, since both of these count for the 1, wait, since both of these count for the 1, yeah, one of them has to not be a mine. And since everything around this 5 counts, well, that means those 4 have to be mines. And it also means that because everything around this 1 counts, and I know one of these is going to have to be mine, both of these are safe. Now, if we can get a similar reasoning with this 4, everything around this 1 counts, so one of these has to be a mine. Oh, and furthermore, this one just straight up cannot be, because if it were, it would cancel out both of these because of the fact that these both count, and then this one would be left with nothing. And so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. This is now gone. And then this 4. Okay, so basically only one of these 3. Okay, but you actually, because of this 4, you need 2 of those 3, don't you? And specifically, that would mean this one has to be a mine and also not count, which should mean this. And now it's one of these 2. This is also safe, by the way. This 2, both of these count, so all of these are out. And then both of these are mines. Now, this 3 has 2 already. Yeah, okay, that seems to be what I can gather from this. One of these is a mine. Don't know which one. Strangely enough, it's telling me that I should be able to figure out which of these is allowed and which isn't. But I'm not so sure about that. What? Am I miscounting something? Huh. That was weird. I remember this, and then that, and this maybe? Maybe one of those had a contradiction that I didn't realize. So let's try this again. And that's a mine, forcing that not to be. This doesn't count, so what happens now? Because this doesn't count either, that has to be a mine, and one of these has to be. Therefore, neither of those can be. If this doesn't count, this 4 needs all of those. This doesn't count for the 2. Maybe that's what threw me off. Yeah, okay. This doesn't count for the 4. So it needs that. But this doesn't count for this one. But that does? Oh, but this counts for that one. Okay. Yeah. Now this 3 has everything. So these are out. This 2 needs one more, is what it is. Okay. And so I could not have concluded that was safe, even though I thought I could. Alright, I think that's what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think the other path somehow leads to a contradiction, but I want to actually find it instead of just blindly accepting that. See, I counted 7 circles before because I thought this one was safe, but it wasn't. So that's what threw me off, I guess. So if I have these here, theoretically, if I make this count, then I will know that this does not. If this counts, okay. I don't know which of those 2 is it. The point is, these both count now, and so these are all gone. And so that happens. This does not count for this one, so this must be a mine. This one, are you kidding me? Did I really miss that? Such a small, easy thing like that? Okay, fair enough. Let's just, yep, okay. Yep, sure, dude. Alright, fine. Okay. Well, we know what counts and what doesn't now. Alright, this 2 is just, yep, okay. This 2, right. But one of these has to be a mine because it was 2. That would be the 3rd one for this 3, which means that one cannot be. And now this 3 has 2 already. Now, of course, it's possible that this 2 has one here, which would be the 3rd one for this, which would eliminate all those, thereby forcing this to be a mine. But that's... It's also possible for that not to be the case. But I guess if this is a mine... Nope, that actually doesn't result in any problems either. What the... Oh, okay. So this 3 right here, it already has 1. And this 2 needs 1 more here. This 3 is going to get... That will count for the 3. And so these can't... Alright. Okay, that does this, which does that. And now other things might be happening. And, okay, you... Alright. That, okay. Therefore, alright. You... you have 2. You have 2. Therefore, you need 1 here, and you can't have 1 there, and that means that one's there, this does this, and now there's 1 line. Oh, yeah, there. And then we got it. Alright. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that has to be there and counts. That's like the first time in these 8x8s that I've had a clue have exactly the number of empty squares as it's supposed to have mines in it. where I can just like click it and then boom, it actually fills things in for me automatically without me having to think at all. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we get any more of those though. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. If this counts, then... wait, no. Do all these have... Oh, hold on. Let's say that bottom left counts. Okay. Oh, right. It's funny, though, because... you could have one in here that doesn't count, and like, okay, so that actually doesn't allow me to conclude anything. Not at all. Okay. But what if? What if we're like... No. Dang it. Bottom right does not count, let's say. Okay. Then it's going to be like, alright, well this 4 needs all these other ones to be mines. But guess what? This mine doesn't count for that 4, and so now what happens? I need 2 more mines. So 1 here, and then 1 among these 2. But since this one already has 1 that counts, well that's gone. So it has to be this one, because it doesn't count for the 1. Okay. This 2 now has 3 on it, so goodbye. You count. Alright. So, okay, okay. If right side doesn't count, and this 2 is like, well, I need these 2 to both be mines. And this 4 is like, well, that doesn't count for me. Oh, and that means this counts for the 1, so these, well, that might not be out, but this is. Which, okay, doesn't really get me anything else, does it? No. Hold on. Well, let's say top doesn't count. Then this 4 is like, well, I need this to happen. And the 1 is like, oh, this counts now, and so do both of these, so these are gone. And this 4 is like, oh, I need all this. The 2 is like, well, the top doesn't count, so actually I'm fine, because I only have 2 that count right now. This happens here, this top does not count, so this has to be mine. Alright. Let's see, this doesn't count, so all 3 of these have to be mines. Now this 4 has 5 on it, so goodbye. Oh, that means the square is... Oh, but that doesn't... Okay, right. Top left. Let's try top left. Alright. If this does not count for this 4, then these must all be mines. This does count for the 1, and these also count, so they're gone, thereby forcing this. And this 2, it's not counting, is over there, so those 3 do count, which means goodbye. Let's try this one. Left side. Okay, so if this doesn't count, both of these are mines. But guess what? This 4, or this 1, this counts for it, and so do these. So now we need this to... Wait, but that doesn't count for the 4. That's already a contradiction. Okay. So everything around this 4 counts is what I just got from that. Yeah, okay. Let's say top right does not count. Let me try that. Alright, so then this 2 is like, well, I need both of those to be mines. And this 1 is like, well, that counts, and so does this now, so that's not it. And since the top right doesn't count, well, that needs this to happen then. And now, well, the 2 is actually fine. This 1, it doesn't even count for it. Oh, that doesn't count, so these 3 have to be mines. This doesn't count. what about the stuff down here? Does that tell me anything? I wonder. This 3 is like... Right, so if this doesn't count, this 3 is like, oh, I need all these to be here. And now these both count for the 1, so it's over. So like, hello. Okay. Do we get the same thing if it's, Right side? I don't know. Well, okay. Well, apparently. Okay, so I guess we'll get 2 cases where this one doesn't count. Which means, let's see, top right doesn't count. Does that actually do anything for me? Oh, yeah, it does. Because now this 2 requires this. Yeah. And this 1, these both count, so that's gone. And then this doesn't count for the 4, so it has to be like that. This one, that doesn't count, so we need these as well. This has 2 on it right now. This has 3, so only one of these can be, which means that one has to be. Now, what else can we do with this stuff down here? I know both of those count, which means these both have to be mines, and this one has to not be, and that means everything else around this 1 is gone. And that's actually true regardless of anything else. Okay. Yeah. Mostly because these ones, like, these are the squares that possibly don't count, and they're just like not on the board for these guys, so yeah, that just doesn't really have an effect on what happens on this side of the board. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to mark these and see how it goes. I assume top right didn't count, so now we assume right does not count. If this doesn't count, then both of these are in. And if this doesn't count... Wait a minute. That already forced that to begin with. What the heck? Okay. Alright. Now in this case, wait, in the previous case, this counted for the 1, didn't it? So it was actually out. So this should be blue. Here now, top right counts. Let's see. This 2, that doesn't matter. This 4, if this doesn't count, yeah, it is 5 squares, so it has to go like this. Indeed, okay. And then this 4. Oh, this doesn't count. So it has 1, it needs 3 of those 4. But it's possible that, yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Oh, I can get that at least. Because this 1, everything in its range counts. And so, yeah, and this doesn't count for the 2, so we can only have 1 within those 3 squares, but then it has to have the second one there. Not that that's very helpful, but I mean, I guess for now I can fill these in. Okay, this 3 needs 3 of those 4. And this 4 can only have 1 of these 3. So actually, 1, 2, and that, yes, okay. So we have that as well, so it seems. And now I'm thinking this 4, wait, this 4 already has 4 that count in this circumstance, right? Yes, it does. And so if this counts, then that has to be gone. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, so now we have that situation, which, Alright, this counts for the 2, but it doesn't have the 1. So if either of these are mines, it will kill both of those squares, which will starve the 1. So those cannot be mines, therefore that one has to be. This 4 needs 2 in here. But the 3 can only allow 1 more in there, so that has to be mine. That can't be. That means that happens. Okay. Alright. Yeah, those kind of took a while, but alright, 0 sum. Let's see how this goes. The rows require the same number on each color. Okay. 1, 4, 2. There's 2 mines here. If both are black, that's a problem, so there has to be 1 in the other. In particular, that must be mine, yes. Okay, if these are both black, that's a problem, which means we need 1 on the gray. We also need that to be a mine and that not to be, because I know one of these is going to have to be. Okay, this has 1 on the gray, so it has to have 1 on the black and cannot have 1 on that gray. Alright, cool. Those 2 balanced. These will balance themselves out. Oh, those cover. Okay. Alright, so this can only have 1 mine up here. If it's on the gray, then there can't be any blacks in this row, so that's not allowed. Alright, this has 2 already, so only 1 within this zone. We know those 2, so these are all safe. And if these are all safe, there's no grays to balance out those blacks, and so we have this going on. Yes, indeed. Okay. 2 and 3, only 1 of these can be. This has a gray here, so that has to be mine. That cannot be. 1 of these are going to be to balance that out. This 1. Anything that can happen here could be balanced by stuff over here, so that's fine. If these are both mines, there's not enough blacks to deal with. Also, if these are both mines, there's not enough grays to deal with that. In particular, that means there has to be 1 of each, and that means the gray and the black have to be mines, and these cannot be. Alright. Okay, so I know it's 1 of each, or 1 of, yeah, okay. Each of those has 1. Therefore, there are 2 here. Meaning, obviously you can't have both of those. So that means this one always has to be mine. Furthermore, it will be balanced by whatever's here. And then if there is to be a mine in any of those 2 squares, they'd have to be both, but the 1 disallows that, so they cannot be. Alright, this does this. This needs to balance. This needs to balance. And that needs to go there. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so if this has a gray, it won't be able to be balanced out, so those 2 are gone. Alright. This needs both of those to be mines and 1 of these to be, so that one cannot be. This already has, okay. For example, though, if this black is a mine, it prevents that gray from being a mine, thereby from being unable to balance. If this is a gray here, then that would be a mine, I guess. Or that could be, and then you could have both of those as well. Oh no, you couldn't, because this would be gone. So actually, if that, okay. Let's just, it would force this, which would kill that. Well, it would kill this, which would force that, thereby balancing that and making this happen. Okay, and then, like, all of that. Okay. not a mine, then this row has no grays, so it can't have any blacks either. And then those are both dead, thereby forcing this in and forcing that in. And then this 2 kills that, which then correspondingly kills that. So these 3 are safe. Let's see if either of these cases violate anything else. If this is a mine, this 2 will stay. None of these can be. And this 2 would be very unhappy with that, actually. Wait, no it wouldn't. Because this is already a mine. Okay, so this would say that. Oh, but then that would be forced to be a mine, and then it wouldn't be able to balance. So actually, wait, that was under. Yes. Okay. So these are safe. Those are both mines. That has a mine there. That's a mine. That's a mine balanced, and then this cannot be. Okay. That does this, and then the last one. All right. All right. Yep. Okay. So. This gets a lot harder when the board's bigger, doesn't it? So many more options to choose from for... Yeah, now there's the same number of blacks and grays on each row. Before, some would have 3 gray and 2 black, and others would have 3 black and 2 gray. Which was, you know, kind of nice, because it gave some information about stuff. Alright, let's see, this gray cannot have... Oh, this is the only gray in this row right now, so actually, like, you're a mine and these can't be, alright. One of those 2 grays at least. If this is a mine, then both of those are, but like, alright, whatever. Oh, but that would kill all of that, which would... What would that do to the 5? The 5 would be done for, so actually, that cannot be mine. Okay. Now, I mean, if this one isn't, then all 3 of these have to be, which is actually... Whoa, whoa. This 5. Okay, the 5 and 4. This thing, yeah, so you get that situation. Because this has... This needs to have 1 more outside of the range of the 4 than the 4 has outside the range of 5. If the 4 already has 1, the 5 needs 2, and since that's all it can have, the 4 can't have 2. Okay. What else? Now, this 5, it needs 2 more among those 3. I guess it's possible that you go like that, and then like these are allowed to do whatever they want in that case, right? But let's say that isn't one. Then these would have to be, you know, 2 grays here, there's not a spot for... Yeah, okay, so that's a mine. 2. One of these is a mine, and only one of them, so that one cannot be, because it would force both of them to be by the 0 sum. You get this, you get that, that. Alright, this needs another black. Alright, 1 among these, so it has to be the black, and that has to be that one to balance it. Alright. This 4 needs 1 more among these 3. This 3 needs 1 among these 2. So whichever one this has to be the opposite color, and that cannot be. But they both need to be in range of this 4, which means you can't have stuff outside of that. And now this 4 needs opposite colors. Yes, alright. This 2 cannot do that. This kills that, so you need a gray and a black, and there we go. Yep, okay. Cannot use that, okay. Because it would eliminate the only other gray in the row, which would violate 0 sum. Okay, so cannot have both of these, because each of these forces the other. Yeah, I mean, first of all, okay. You can have at most one of these, so both of these are... Oh, no, okay, okay. 2 of them. Yeah, if there's 2 blacks here, then you can't fill in the 2 grays, because that would have to not be 1. Because there must be exactly 1 among these 2, because there must be exactly 1 among these 2, and then there has to be the other one to balance it out. And so, that's a mine, and that isn't, right? Okay. 5 now. Nope. Okay. Well, this has a most 2. That has an... Okay. Well, if that has both... Well, that's a... Wait. What am I saying? Okay. So this is not a mine, for instance. Then both of these have to be to make this have 5. And then both of these have to be... And this is gone. And that's gone too. And then this row is unbalanced. So that has to be mine. And that means that can't be. Okay. Now this 4. Be like, well, I need 2 outside of range of the 2. Okay, so I could have concluded that right away to begin with. Like, alright, thanks. Alright, so one of these 2 is. For example, if this is the mine, that's gone, that's gone. That means that's the mine, and that's gone, right? Oh, I guess one thing is that, like, if this is a mine, then there can only be one here, so there's 5, we need both here. But then to balance, you need both of these, but now this 2 has 3, and it's all over. So actually, these are gone. Okay, so let's try this. That kills that, forcing this and killing both of those, which, like, sure, that's allowed. The other way is that this is mine, and that kills that, which now forces this because the 5, this is balanced, but you can't have both of these, and that's a contradiction. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, oh, there, that's easy. Yep, okay, there we go, there we go. Oh, another achievement, let's go, okay. It's one thing. Okay, so let's say this happens, right? And that forces this and these to be out, right? Alright. Now this 3 is going to be all like, well, I can have at most one of those 2, because, like, there's only one gray in the row, right? So it needs at least one in this row somewhere. Which, like, okay, it could have a gray and that black to balance it, or, like, you know, a gray here and that black. But the point is, wait, no. Because you're allowed to just, like, not have any here and then just have 2 that balance each other there. So that, even that doesn't, yeah, no, okay. But what does this do? Then if this is to have any at all, it needs to have both of those basically. Oh no, because it could have those 2. Ah! Okay. What about this though? That would kill that. Oh, yep, there we go. Found it. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see. We need 2 of those 3, which is kind of a lot. Okay. Let's say you win it, then... Oh, first of all... Yeah, like obvious vanilla reasoning there. Okay. This needs a gray. And, alright, so if this is a thing, then both of these are, and then, like, all this is dead, which is like, yeah, no, that's not happening, so goodbye. Specifically, like, if this whole thing is dead, then, like, guess what? One of these guys has to be a mine. If it's this one, there's just, like, nothing there to balance it. And this one, the only thing that's left is another black, which will not balance it. So, yeah, that's why. That's why this is ridiculous. So I'm just like, oh, I need both the grays. And then, like, oh, that's 3 on the 3. And then, yeah, everything dies. Okay. Yep, alright. So this is a mine that kills this, and now that row cannot be balanced, so goodbye. What about you? That would kill this, forcing this in. Alright, let's say there's a mine. So it forces one of these. One of these is already forced. There can be at most 1 in there. And if that's the case, you look at this, and that's gone, right? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what I can get from that. Okay, now we'd be like, let's say this is a mine, then this isn't. Now both of these are dead, and only one can be here, so now we need 2 on this 3. But if that's the case, then we need 2 grays, and then this to balance, and then we get that regardless. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, this 2 is like, I need 2 here, and this 1 is like, hey, you can only have 1 here, so you need 1 there. And now that means this needs to have a thing, and this goes over here, and now one of these gotta do, and this needs like 4, though. So like 2 of these 3 is it, right? So like if that's it, that kills both of these, and the 4 is like, I need both of those now, and okay. That's fine, I guess. Oh, if this is a thing, then that's gone. And now it's just one of those 2, which means like this 2 already has all the mines it needs. And while this row is like, there's nothing here. Okay. Yep. So, let's say this ain't it, okay? And it'd be like, okay, well, I can only have one of those 2, which means I need both of these, and that's already a problem, so yeah, you're mine. Okay, this has 1 here, so it needs 2 here. This, okay, that's fine, I guess. Well, hold on, let's say that's not a thing, then this is a thing. We do that, and this is gone, but we need another gray, so that's there, but that's fine. Wait, no, this is a mine. Okay. This 4 just says that already, so like, that was just the thing. Like, okay. Alright, 4, yeah, so... It's almost disappointing when I'm doing all this stuff to try to figure stuff out, and then like something just immediately just does everything by clicking. Okay. 7 by 7. Alright, this, yep. Once again, it will get more difficult. Okay. Only one of these is allowed to not be? Yeah, alright, fine, whatever. So let's say this is the thing, right? This 1 is gonna kill that, and now this has 2 grays? Yeah, okay, no, you're out of here. What about this? That kills all of that. And this needs, no, that's just kind of fine. Okay. What about, like, these should not do anything different from each other, right? And since only one thing can be concluded, yeah, this isn't like Liar, where just like random things can happen just because of the sideboard existing. Alright. So let's think, well, no, I already know that that's not going to be it. Alright. Oh, what about this? That would yeah, no, let's just get out of here. Alright. Okay. This 3 needs 1 outside the range of that 3, so that happens, this happens, that happens. This is a gray, so it needs a black buddy, and there we go. Okay, one of these is it, so it's like that, because the only thing to balance it is that one. Alright. This needs 2 here, that's gonna just balance, right? Yeah, for sure. So we get that. Alright, that's, yep, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Yeah, I should have known it was 7 by 7. That's an odd number, so if I have all but 1 mine, then like it's safe. As opposed to if there was an even number, they would have to be mine. Alright, now this can only have 1 in this row. So like for instance, if I do this, that would kill all those, and then I guess this would happen, and that's actually perfectly fine. However, if I do this, that would kill this, and the 6 would force that to happen, and that's not perfectly fine. Okay. Second of all, this would kill that, and then like that would be a thing, which is also perfectly fine. Okay. Now, but let's say like this is a thing, or not a thing. Then these 2 both happen, but the 5 then kills this, and now it's all over, so actually, like, yeah, you're both mines. Alright. What do you have to say for yourself? Okay. There's no way that both of these are not it. And second of all, like, only one of them can be, because like it's going to be one of these two and then one of those two to balance, right? Because the 6 and this 5 here, which means there's 2 in this row. And because there's like only one space other than that, these just have to be balanced. Like they have to be opposite colors. And so one has to be there and that one can't be. And now that gives this, which does that, which kills that, which does this now. Come on. Okay, there we go. Alright. This one. There are a lot of gray squares and not very many black squares. That's interesting. So if this is a mine, that dies and then it's over. Okay, and that's actually literally all that it was. Now this two, yeah, okay. I mean, it's possible there's just nothing here. That's but look, if this is a mine, this dies, and that thereby kills this. And now, I mean, these are dead, and so is this, right? So this needs a gray to balance it. But guess what also is going to have to happen? This thing needs 2 mines. So in particular, they're going to have to be balanced, which means this has to be a mine, this is gone, and then it's both of these. So that's like kind of a lot of things that happened because of that, right? Yo, but what if? We might be cooking. Alright, so let's say this isn't it. Now I'm pretty sure like if that's it, it just like ruins everything. Right, this is gone. I need a black to balance. It's one of those two. But this is dead, so these are both gone. And so now this needs 2 mines, and if I do 2 blacks, then it kills this square as well. But if I only do 1 black, then like there's going to be another gray, which will unbalance it automatically anyway. And so it's just over. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So that would force this, thereby forcing that, thereby killing both of those. So in fact, like these 3 are safe. All right. Okay, so now one of these guys is a mine. Let's see which one. Let's say this is a thing. Then it kills that. Now this 2 is like, alright, I need 1 mine here. Which means it'd be like this. Because it's going to have 1 mine. But then there's going to have to be another mine in the row to balance it out. Which could only be this one. Which means this has to be mine. And then that's gone. And the only other black one is that one. So it has to be like that, right? Okay. So we can erase that and that. And obviously these. Yeah, okay. So now let's say this is a thing. That kills this and both of those. And now, yeah, it's just over. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, what just happened? Okay. This 2 says, well, okay. So if this is a thing, and so is that. And then what happens? That kills like all of this. And that's dead. Okay, this is like kind of looking alright so far. And this 3 is going to be like, I need all those. And then, yeah, that's fine actually. Okay. Now the other situations, like that ain't it, chief. Then it's like, okay, this is it. Now we need that to balance. This is gone. Okay. This 2 is like, alright, you're both dead. And the 3 is like, well, 2 of these have to be mines, but I don't know which 2. But these 2 are dead, so it's okay. Alright, this 5 is just like, yep, I need all of those. And then, alright, cool. Yep. This has 3, so it needs to balance like that. Okay. Yep, that happens. What's going on here? One of these is missing. This 3 cannot have all 3 of these, so both of these are, and that isn't. And then this has 1 extra black, so it needs a gray. That's the only gray in this row, so those are dead. That's in, and now there's something. Okay, so this is balanced right now. This 6 is going to put 1 more to unbalance it, so we need both of those to make sure it's balanced. Alright, there we go, there we go. And the balance dictates that this is the thing. Okay. And hey, we're past an hour. I got through like half, more than half, 8 of these after doing what, just those 3 or something? Yeah, because yep, okay. Didn't quite do 12, I only did 11. Like, I was with 3 done 7x7 on I before, now I'm only 2 done. Because those first, like, these 3 8x8 I's took me together like 37 minutes or something. It was crazy, dude. Alright. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. So, thanks for watching. Void out.